morning, everyone, and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season from TIO Stadium here in Darwin. We're here for round 12 action of the Women's Premier League competition, and this morning St Mary's are taking on PINT in a top-of-the-table clash. First, PINT on the ladder, third St Mary's. My name's Liz Cruz, and joining me in the commentary box today, the man himself, Charlie King. How are you, Charlie?
Hey, Liz. How you going? We haven't worked together for, well, we might have sometime a long time ago. Yeah, it's good. Nice to be here. Yeah, what a game in front of us. PINT 10 wins on the trot. St Mary's lost their first 3. Looked a little shaky, but then turned it around somehow. I'm not sure how, but to win the next 7. So they come into this game as a real chance. A couple of big names out there played for the Crows in the AFL women's competition.
There sure is. Danielle Ponter for St Mary's and Jasmine Hewitt for PINT. So both absolute superstars in their own right, Charlie.
And if you haven't seen these two teams, the team you're looking at there in the white, that's PINT. They've got the green ants on the front of it, and there's St Mary's wearing the traditional St Mary's colours, famous for winning football matches.
They are, and I was just laughing because Danielle Ponter and Jazz Hewitt gave each other a big hug in the middle of the ground as they crossed paths to go to the centre bout. So great sportsmanship already, Charlie.
And just quickly, it's the No More round in footy here. No More is the program that talks about stopping the violence that's happening, and they have the spirit of the game award, and we'll talk about that a little later. All in readiness here, Liz. Looking forward to it. Quick tip from you. Who do you think's going to win it?
Well, I'm St Mary's at heart, and I'd love to see my girls win. I've got a lot of respect for PINT though, and Ricky Nolan is one of the most astute coaches out there, so it's going to be a really strategic game. I know Ricky would have done a lot of work coming into the game, but obviously I want Saints to win.
Viewers can't see you, but you've got the St Mary's jersey on. Tap from the middle, no clearance yet. Balls get around it. St Mary's a chance to kick it off the ground. Was a kick forward there, might have been by Iacono down towards the half forward line. Running in was Jala Hunt. What a great player she is for PINT. Stuck inside the defensive 50 for them. Saints win the footy. Handball around the corner. Goes over the top. Nearly got into the hands there of Hunt again. She got a scramble kick away. Saints cut it off on the edge of the square. Ball in the hands there of Doherty Cole. She's a great player. Here she goes. Pumps it in. Long kick. Nice kick. Deep kick. Good defensive work. The mark was dropped down there by PINT. Kick off the ground. Another kick off the ground there. Saints through McNeil. Got it out wide. Chance to run onto it. Who? Ponter. Ponter gets it. Caught in the tackle. Lost the ball towards the boundary line. They get across. Brianna Myatt out there for PINT. Soccer player of some note. Gets underneath it. Caught in the tackle goes Ingram. Goes to ground with the footy. Umpire takes a close look at it and decides to ball it up. Good start to it.
Good start. And Danielle Ponter already in it amongst it early. And the one thing about PINT, Charlie, is they run in numbers. And they're fit. So expect them just to contest hard all game today.
So St Mary's with the pick-up. Handball around the corner. Was intended for McNeil. Didn't get to her though. Hard work in there is Grant. And shall we mention too quickly here, 100-gamer today?
Yeah, Missy Friel playing 100 games. She's been playing in and out of the team for the last 10 or so years. We're just seeing Joe Miller, I think it is, chuck it on the boot. She's going to mop up her own ball and try again. She
kicks it deep, but too many defenders back there for PINT, and they'll run it out of defence. That was clever work by them. The kick is good and wide to the vacant wing position. PINT get there first, running onto the footy. Couldn't get the kick away. Ball was smothered off trail and lands on the ground. St Mary's get over the top. Can't dig that ball out of there. Umpire's going to have to ball it up.
And that was the 100-gamer Missy Friel that smothered the kick. She's the granddaughter of the great Michael Flash Graham, who's a Hall of Famer and AFLNT Team of the Century member.
Now Saints with the clearing kick by Doherty Cole. Second touch for her, inside 50. Tap across front position here. Not able to get to it for Saints under all sorts of pressure. Back comes over the top again, holds it up and going to ground with the ball in front of her is Beck Pryor. She had a bub last year.
She did. Beautiful little boy. She's another fit player. She loves running in marathons and fun runs. As we see, Doherty Cole sprint out of the pack. She's got a bit of pressure out there, and Billy Byers just hitting it in front of herself to try and pick it up.
Third touch for her too. She's involved earlier on, isn't he? Saints with numbers at the fall of the ball. This is Joe Miller. She had an outstanding game a couple of weeks ago. I know I was here and watched it. She was fantastic. Running with the flight of the ball, taking a strong mark is Emma McNeil. And she goes across field with it. PINT's there with the numbers. They stay out wide. The ball was fumbled under pressure. Kicked, smothered, got to the middle. Ball, people run at it. Going to ground down there with Myatt. And now PINT's with the kick to the centre of the ground. Was pretty good too off the boot of Trail. Saints with numbers at the full. They are swarming everywhere, Saints. They've got numbers at the full, haven't they? 5-2 around that ball on the ground that time. Here's Sarah Ingram, played for Carlton in the VFL Women's Comp.
Yeah, free kick there. That'll go to St Mary's captain Emily Forshaw. She was just some illegal contact there by the Pints player, and now she'll look down the ground looking for a teammate.
Second year at Saints for her. Good kick goes over the top out towards the boundary line. And that goes out of play at the interchange area for a throw-in. So 3 and nearly 4 minutes gone. Ferocious start from both teams.
It sure is, and it'll be that all game. Both of these teams want this game, Charlie. It's going to be a real contest out there. And Emma McNeil up in the ruck there for St Mary's against Jazzy Hewitt. That'll be a great contest today. Both experienced players.
Jazz Hewitt pretty good. She got front that time, just couldn't get her hands on it. Still no clear possession. Now it comes out, kick away that time by Hunt, down towards the half-forward line. Good work in defence down there by Friel. She's a 100th gamer, and she's had a couple of touches.
She has, but a great cut-off mark there by Darla Hunt of Pint.
Hunt's been really good, hasn't she? Been a key player for them. Ball towards the 50-metre line, ball held up, good tackle, couldn't get free for a handball. Umpire's going to have to ball it up.
Just looking down at the Saints bench, their coach Paul Marr's been in the wars this week. He's got a bandaged up leg, but he's toughing it out down there and coaching from the bench.
Here's a knock, spillage for St Mary's to Bryant. Kick around the corner, vacant, all Pints there on the charge. Kick forward by Fessy, down towards the 50-metre line. Handball under pressure by Saints. Did pretty well too, did Parnell. And now the pack gets over the top of again, and they're going to have to stall this up. No, it's come somehow the ball got out of that pack towards the 50-metre line for Pints. They can't get a kick away here. Saints swarming all over the top of them. Umpire's going to have to ball this up.
He's letting it go though, and Takisa Doherty-Cole, she was down the other end of the ground a minute ago, and now she's trying to get that ball out, and then finally Amy Chittick comes out but misses the kick, and I think it's Jo Miller that gets a kick away for Saints.
Went for eternity there. Jala Hunt with a good kick down towards the 50-metre line. And the Pint player under all pressure. 2 St Mary's tacklers got there quick. Amongst them was now Kira Lee,
that's it.
Kira Lee of Parnell.
Yeah, she played in the NT rep side at the age of 16 last year, and she's the younger sister of Kieran Parnell, a men's superstar for St Mary's.
Saints in front position there. Star kicks it, rolling ball inside the square. They're just in defence here, St Mary's. They've worked their way out of the danger area though. Going to be a couple of kicks at least, probably 2.5 kicks from there for Pints to score. And it's held up inside the square. No score, 6 minutes gone. Liz Cruz.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie. Like we said, we've got a game on our hands, and Kiralee Parnell this time wins that ruck tap over Jazz Hewitt.
Now we've seen teams, Nightcliff did it against Darwin a couple of weeks ago, kicked 4 goals in the first quarter and then just matched goal for goal after that, and still won the game in the end by what they led at quarter time.
Yeah, I think in the women's game, I think the first quarter and the third quarter are really important. I've seen this season, that's where games have been won, so someone will break it. It'll be an arm wrestle, but someone will break it soon. Handball
by Chittick. She's been around a long time. Good player.
Very good player. Premiership player at Waratah and at Pint.
Long handball, put the player under pressure, caught in the tackle, goes Ingram. Ingram played a season with Pint and then went and played for Carlton and missed the premiership. Probably regrets it ever since.
Oh yeah, it's Pint have had a really good couple of years, and you know they've got great coaches over there. You know Ricky Nolan, a premiership coach at St Mary's, as we see Jo Miller just give that kick to Emma McNeil in front of Amy Chittick out here on the wing, and safe hands in Gemma Iacono.
Gee, Jo Miller's such a classy player. That's a beautiful left foot kick from her that she kicked a short time ago. Down towards the half forward line for Saints here. Spillage comes out for Pint. Hurried kick away there by Johanny.
Which one, sorry?
Not sure of a pronunciation.
Yeah, Jo for Pint. I was just watching Jo Miller again. She reminds me of, I said a few weeks ago, Jack Geary that played for St Mary's. She just runs through the middle
up and down.
All day, up and down. She's that link person, as we see Rosie Starr or Jaylene Boundary try to get a kick away, but Pint's just some great defence, and they're going to bring it out.
Is that Lauren Modlow?
Yeah, Lauren's playing for Pint. She went across with her brother Shannon, and she's almost up to her 150th Women's Premier League game, so taking a lot of experience to the Pint team.
Well, Pint looking pretty good here. In defence again, they clear it. that kick mark. This is going to sit. It just didn't sit at the right time. She got too close, so it had to get there with the tackle late and put that on. That was pretty good play there from Stephanie Lawrence. Saints got the kick away down towards the defensive 50. Pints here a chance. Handball out wide. A kick from a long way out. Down towards the forward line, drifts away towards the boundary line and rolls away alongside the behind post now to play.
Yes, absolute superstar Stephanie Lawrence. I've commentated about 3 or 4 Pints games this season, and she's got the ability to kick 2 or 3 goals in a quarter. She's fit and she works hard. She's obviously had a bit of VFL W experience at Carlton, but in the number 22 for Pint, she just watch her today, Charlie, because she's an absolute gun.
Yeah, they're going to might have a lot of players that actually come out of RDH, would you believe it? Doctors and physiotherapists, radiologists, and all of that.
You're good if you get an injury at Pints. You've got a lot of people ready to help.
Well, they're in scoring distance here. And a kick under pressure. It's a long kick right down towards the goal line. Bounces in the square. Player tried to get the kick away. Couldn't. Saints there with a runner. Able to kick it out wide to a nest of Pints players out there. Not able to get clear with it. Handball now. And Saints with a short kick goes across field. That's a dangerous kick.
Yeah, I think it got touched off the boot, and it was one of the Friel girls, but Grant just putting that tackle pressure on Pints. It's dangerous here, dangerous for St Mary's. Pints working hard to get that first goal.
So Saints now can get the kick away. Oh, that was a kick under pressure. It's down on the knees to take the mark.
And it's Jazzy Hewitt by the looks, Charlie, and there's one thing about Jazz. I've seen her kick goals from outside 50. She's a beautiful kick off the boot.
No, this is not going to bother her. She's directly out in front. She's going to kick from probably 30 metres max. Great player, been around a long time. And directly out in front, lines up and kicks at goal. And she, you know what, the moment she hit that on her boot, she turned around and pumped the air to say it's a goal, and she was right.
So the 10-minute mark of the first quarter, and it is Pint through Jazz Hewitt, a former Adelaide Crows player. But guess where she started her football career, Charlie?
Might have been at St Mary's.
It was at St Mary's, and I remember I was playing that game at Nightcliff, and Jared Eilert was the coach, and I think she kicked 6 goals on debut, and we were like, what? This chick's told us she's never played football before. She was a very good netballer, and she went to football with Barb Eilert, Jared's wife, and ended up going to Pints, where she's been one of the real leaders there and got them that first premiership under Rick Nolan a few seasons ago.
And she's about to start a new professional career as a firefighter.
That's it. So she's chosen that career, and good on her. So Pints with the first major on the board. Seen a free kick be paid in the centre.
Now, the umpire signal was the leg out, and the kick that went out, and looks like
it's against Emma McNeil. So
my player might have copped that in the knee.
Not sure. It's a bit hard to pay that free kick if you're indicating that a leg went out, if it's in natural ruck action.
Well, it's Kate Fessy, but she's going to be okay. So she's got hold of it and she can kick it down.
Emma McNeil's a very experienced ruck woman, 15 or so years. She's come from Queensland. Her partner, Mitch Robinson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her partner. They've got 3 beautiful kids. So Emma's playing for Wilston Grange in Queensland at a very high level. And Mitch is obviously playing with Darwin Buffaloes.
Played for Carlton and for Brisbane, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's always here watching. He's usually down in the family-friendly end with the kids.
It's a big chance to mark there. Ball landed on the ground. Handball went out wide outside the defensive 50 for Saints.
Great tackle there by Jamie Bryant. Well, she nearly got the handball back again. It's going to be cleared out, though, by Danielle Ponta to Jaylene Boundary, but her kick was smothered by Pint.
And inside 50 with plenty of run here for Pint. Trying to get front position to it was Rihanna Newbury. Didn't get a hand on the footy, though. Knocked towards the boundary line. Saints get there on the clean-up. Some good work done there by Kalisha Ross. Kicks across field, dangerously kicking across the face of goal. Handball out into the hand there of... Pint player, whose pronunciation is going to drive me nuts, so you might be able to help me. Sibhari Bridal.
We're going to go with that.
She's a doctor in her first year at footy.
Yeah, must be recruit. They must have flyers up at RDH recruiting for girls there. But the kick in there in safe hands of Danielle Ponta, and she's going to try and hit Joe Miller, but some great defence there by Pint.
Yeah, Pints get there a number. That's what's working for them in this first quarter. Nearly 13 minutes gone. 17-minute quarters we play. 17 minutes.
Yeah, with time on in the Women's Premier League competition, as we see Pints get that kick in, and a beautiful strong mark there in defence. I think that's Brooke Ponta, the youngest Ponta. out there today with her big sister, Danielle.
It's a good mark, wasn't it? She could play. That's not a very good kick from her. Sort of grubbered it a little bit. Got it outside the danger area, though. Point in front position. Not able to get clear with it. Might have been, was it Hewitt again? No.
Yeah, well, she's only 18, Brooke. As I said, the youngest. There's 5 girls. They're fantastic girls. Rachel, Shannon, Jade, Danielle and Brooke. And Dad Shane Ponter was a superstar for St Mary's, and Mum Susie Long, obviously one of the famous Long family, so pretty good genes.
Yeah, definitely going to be good players. So Pint under real pressure now. Tried to get that away. Umpire says caught with the footy and a free kick paid.
50 metres, yep. Not
50
returning the
metres.
ball on the full. So
It's a bad error, isn't it?
it is. It's very costly, and that'll bring Kiralee Parnell right up to the 50-metre line, pretty much, probably 60 metres for St Mary's. So opportunity for them to get their first inside 50.
Just outside 50, this kick isn't not going to go the distance.
She's got a couple of options there, and Caitlin Armstrong at the back, Joe Miller. But it's Emma Stark, Charlie.
The umpire footballer, she's a beauty too. She had a great game a couple of weeks ago. We saw her here, just dominated the game. But here's Pints in defence. Their defence has stood up pretty well here. They kick it out wide towards the defensive 50, rolls towards the boundary line. They wanted to get it to Myatt. It was pushed on a little bit further. Saints in the way, handball over the top.
Got her own handball, Jeanette Grant there.
Pretty good play, and the kick was cut off at the defensive 50 by Pint to the middle of the ground, and the mark taken down there by Lauren Motlop.
Lauren Motlop sporting the blonde hair this weekend.
And found a player with it too, played on instantly. Good kick inside 50. Plenty of support players there for Pint. They're dangerous here. Handball at inside 50. Got loose, little short kick. Oh, that's clever play. That is good play. She could have blazed away, she didn't.
That was a beautiful little kick by Rihanna Newbury to hit up the superstar, Jazz Hewitt.
So Jazz Hewitt
having a second shot on goal in the first quarter.
It's just slightly more difficult than the one she had before. The angle's a bit more difficult, but the distance a little closer. So Jazz Hewitt kicks for goal.
Makes it look easy, Charlie.
She kicks the goal. She's got 2. Good goal.
She, as I said, her kicking technique is beautiful. So, you know, you watch the ball drop and that spin off the boot, just fantastic. So, as we said, 15.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Pint 2-1-13, leading St Mary's yet to score.
And you're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 NTFL TIO season from TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Nearly Christmas, Charlie.
It is.
It'll be 2023 before we know it.
Oh my goodness.
Hard to believe.
So a good start here by Pint though. They've worked hard. Their defence has stood Saints up, haven't they?
Excellent defence, excellent. And like I said, Ricky Nolan, he's one of the best coaches in the game, men's or women's football, and he would have done a lot of homework coming into this game and shared his knowledge with his players.
Chitty caught with the ball there for Pint.
That's the best thing about Rick. He takes everyone along for the journey. You know, he's not a coach just stands there and tells them what to do. He takes everyone along from the journey, and you can see the teamwork. So a kick out by Jazz Hewitt, hitting her teammate there.
That's a good kick forward there by Trail. Siren goes to rob them of an opportunity to kick another score, but the lead's a good one for Pint. They lead this game 2-1 to St Mary's yet to score. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Pint just being able to finish, Charlie. That's the difference. You know, they've defence has brought it out every time. It's sort of gone near St Mary's forward line. It's been a great ruck contest in the middle, but having finishers like Jazz Hewitt in your forward line, you know, just an absolute class act. But it's quarter time and 3 quarters to go, and we've got a real game on our hands. Yeah,
she did the job, Jasmine Hewitt. Kicked both the goals herself on the end of some good marks and some good kicks. One from directly in front and one from a 45-degree angle. So it's 2-1 to 1 point at quarter time at the TIO Stadium.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium on beautiful Larrakia country today for the second quarter of this round 12 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game between St Mary and Pints. It is Pint 2-1-13 leading St Mary's yet to score, Charlie, but we've got a good contest on our hands today.
Yeah, we have. Good match. Jasmine Hewitt dominated that first quarter, didn't she? The ruck and around the field. She was pretty good. Kicked those two goals for Pint. This is St Mary's players. Takesha Doherty-Cole had plenty of it, and Danielle Ponter, of course, just showing her class here. But second quarter underway at the TIO Stadium here in Darwin. Whistle goes from the umpire. He's going to have to ball it up again. What's happened there? He's had a few words to...
Free kick to St Mary's. So
Hewitt must have done something.
Yeah, Emma McNeil in the middle, looking for Danielle Ponter, who almost takes a mark, mops it up and gets a quick handball off to Jo Miller, who was good in the first quarter for Saints. Hits the ground, and there she is, Caitlin Armstrong. She's so dangerous in front of goal, and she gets it, Charlie. 28 seconds into the second quarter, and St Mary's have got their first goal on the board. That
is an amazing bit of play from the middle straight downfield. And I don't know what the free kick came from, but certainly had something to do with Jasmine Hewitt and her rucking. But the free kick went to Saints, and they were able to get it down the forward line. And Caitlin Armstrong, thank you very much. Goal.
Well, we were talking about her in the break, Charlie, and I was saying she's from Alchemina Panthers in down near Alice Springs. She played with Kalisha Rioli, and Kalisha said, come up, play for my club, St Mary's, and she's loving it. And the Saints crew are loving her. She's kicking, 4 or 5 goals every week. I think she kicked 5 last week against Southern Districts. And if the ball gets down to her, you just saw then, Charlie, she's so dangerous.
Yeah, one out.
Swing it on and chuck it on the boot, and she loves kicking a goal.
Heavy cloud cover here, although the sun's broken through at the moment. Makes it a little clearer to see out on the ground there. Pints with a chance here, overrunning the footy, pushed a little bit out of it. Sarah Ingram didn't get a free kick for it though. Now the player's caught with the footy, said the umpire. Saints will get the free kick on the edge of the defensive square. No, he's turned it over. It's a Pint kick. Pint's in a good position here. If Hewitt's gone down there, this kick, a left foot kick inside 50, about 25 metres out from goal. Ball left on the ground, no one able to get it. Saints over the top of the footy. Umpire says it's okay. Pushed out by Delacour. It's still no clearance. I want to clear a kick from here. Umpire says, I've had enough. I'll pay a free kick and it'll go to Pint.
Our umpires today, Harley Renzi and Josh Cooper in the field. Jess Stewart and Ben Coford on the boundary.
Handball over to Ingram. Ingram kicks it out wide. Bouncing ball. Chance here for Myatt. The soccer player kicks it across. Great mark, McNeil. Played on though and got caught and lost the footy. Pint's a chance now. Quick handball under pressure. Gave it off to Chittick. Chittick gets it out wide. Snap towards the goal line. Saints there with a clearing kick. Knock it out towards the boundary line. Out on the full, so the pressure's going to stay. And Hewitt is going to get the free kick.
Oh, she's going to have a shot on goal, I reckon, too, from there. And why wouldn't you if you've kicked two in a row in the first quarter?
She's got to climb over the fence to get the ball. Oh, well, that's fair enough. But, so her first kick, Liz, was directly out in front. The next one was a 45. This one, well, it's hard up against the boundary line. This is the most difficult shot for goal. But she's very capable.
Very capable, and a beautiful kick. So we'll see what she does with it.
She's asking the umpire, is that player on the mark? Yes, says the umpire. Your job's to kick it.
She's looking around, but she's going to have a shot.
She's gone for the banana kick that didn't quite work. Went out of bounds on the full. Could have set it up in the goal square. Elected to have a shot, and why not? She's in form.
She is in form. So Laurie Niven will bring that in for St Mary's.
So Niven deep in the back pocket. It's got a player to go to. Kicks it out and rolls towards the boundary line now to play.
So it'll be a throw-in. That was in front of 100-gamer Mishi Friel, who we spoke about earlier, ran through a nice banner for a 100th game today.
Sarah Ingram down there, number 2 for Pint. She's getting plenty of the footy. Rick Nolan expecting quite a bit of her today. Here's Hewitt reaching over the top. The handball was intended to get out. It didn't get there to Motlop. Saints got in the way for it. Charging out of defence. Good play for St Mary's. Kick to the middle of the ground.
Well, Caitlin Armstrong's pushed up the ground. She taps it in front of her and just throws it on the boot. She's got Kiralee Parnell down there in a one-on-one against Becky Pryor. Kiralee hasn't got the ball and she's been held and the umpire's seen it, so she'll get a free kick in front of goal, Charlie.
Well. It was a one-on-one. They pushed up a little too far then in defence, Pint, and left it open.
And a 50-metre penalty. I'm not sure what for, Charlie, but...
Probably didn't come back on the mark. That's a certain goal coming up.
to Kiralee Parnell. And we spoke about Kiralee in the last few weeks. She started as a defender. She could play in the ruck, and she's kicking goals as well this season. So St Mary's have just kicked the first 2 goals of the second quarter.
Yeah, one to Armstrong and one to Parnell. Parnell, under 18 premiership player, wasn't she?
She was.
She's good. She's a good player.
And in that team, you know, the likes of Janome Anderson and Irene Geekus, and as we know, Janome's gone on to be drafted to St Kilda, and it's her 18th birthday today, so happy birthday, Janome. But a really talented group of young footballers who are now showing their wares in senior competition.
Now, PINT had many chances to score down there. They didn't, and then Saints punished them, didn't they? They got it back downfield and were able to get that down to a 1-on-1, and Parnell got the free kick and then the 50-metre penalty, and no mistake. So that puts them within a point. 13 plays 12. 5 minutes gone second term. TIO Stadium done. Women's footy round 12 match. Hurry kick. Ponter in front.
Clears it out to Jamie Bryant, who's looking for Joe Miller with the quick hands. Gets it to Emma Stark, who throws it on the boot. Billy Byers tapping it down in front of her.
They're under real pressure here, PINT. They're not sure how to respond to this. The ball rolled towards the boundary line. It'll go out of play, but they're under enormous pressure because Saints are dominating the midfield.
They are, and they've made it look quite easy in the start of this second quarter, Charlie. So I think Coach Paul Maher might have just made a few subtle changes. And if you've got the class of, you know, Emma McNeil in the ruck, Danielle Ponter in the midfield, you know, things are bound to happen.
So PINT come into this game with an unblemished record for the season. 10 wins on the trot. St Mary's lost the first 3, won the next 7. So it was always set up to be a really top-level clash. And here's a throw in deep down in St Mary's forward line. Gee, you could throw a blanket over 30 players down there. They're all down deep down there. PINT's trying to get it wide. They give the handball out to Myatt. Myatt kicks it up towards the up towards the wing, and then backs up.
Yeah, good tackle there by Emily Forshaw on Anna Brody of PINT. So she's going to get that ball inside 50 again for Saints. She's
a good player, Forshaw. I think she's the captain, isn't she?
She is, yeah. She had a big off-season. She got a personal trainer. And look at that kick. Look at that mark. And that mark by Caitlin Armstrong.
Big, strong Caitlin Armstrong. She's got one already. This one is not going to bother her, you wouldn't think. And she's going to put her team either level or in front, or if she misses completely, it'll still be a point margin in favour of PINT. Here she is from directly out in front. Caitlin Armstrong bangs away. Long kick at goal. They're having a look at it. The goal umpire says it's a goal. And Saints hit the front. They've kicked 3 unanswered goals at the top of the second term here. And they were just 1 point at quarter time. Now they're 3 goals won, and they got their nose in front.
Yeah, and a big smile on her face, and putting the 2 fingers up in celebration. She's absolutely loving her footy up here in Darwin. She's living with the Stanislaus family, Brian Stanislaus and his wife Catherine. Brian, obviously a former superstar, who have welcomed her into their home, and she's just embraced territory, or top end footy, I should say. She's just loving it, and that shows on the ground. So
you called that kick down there. It was a good kick to her, but boy, it was a good mark, wasn't it, from Armstrong? She just was strong at it, and she didn't let her team down.
And Danielle Ponter's looking for it again. She's going straight in, putting that tackle pressure on.
Well, wouldn't you put Ponter in the middle if you were the coach? Send her in. She's a great player.
There's been a free kick paid. It is going to go to PINT. And Takisa Doherty-Cole's just saying it was a tackle, but it is PINT's ball, and Riley Hupperts will take that for her team.
She's another one from Artie Hayes. She's a nurse, and she kicks it a little short to the edge of the square, just outside the 50-metre line to the middle of the ground. Bouncing ball. Saints there in numbers. Handball was clever. Runners everywhere here. Can take a bounce. Gets to 50. The bounce didn't come up. She get caught here. No, she got the handball away. Did really well. And Saints a chance here with a kick around the body, looking for Armstrong again. It bounces out in front of her. She'll get her hands on this. She slipped over just at the crucial moment, and they got to her and held the ball up, but she was set to get that Armstrong, and she didn't quite get it.
Yeah, and there's a Saints player who has gone down. I'm not too sure what number is on the back. Is it number 9? It might be Rosie Starr, who's another former under-18s player who's come up to seniors. I'm not sure if she's done her knee or what happened there. So
I'm pretty sure it is Star. She's got the
she's okay.
Pink boots on.
As the trainers all run out to her, as soon as she hit the ground, she put the hand up saying, "I'm not okay." So
that doesn't look good at all, does it?
Caitlin Armstrong slow to get up behind her as well. So Alex Bissett in there in the pink shirt, one of the most experienced trainers in territory footy. So he'll assess the situation, and we're very lucky to have such great support staff in our game.
Well, you hate to say this, but this is probably what PINT needed, was a break in the game for a while for them to gather their thoughts and try to stop this onslaught, because Saints have just ignited here in this second term.
And they're calling for the stretcher, so that's...
suggests it is serious.
Serious, so our thoughts are with Rosie. Hopefully it's not, but as you said, a break in the game now, just 10-minute mark of this second quarter, where Saints have slammed on 3 goals, Charlie, after not goaling in the first quarter.
And I tell you, Jo Miller's been really good in this in defence as well. She's a hard-running defender, isn't she? And she does set the ball up for her teammates upfield.
She blows me away. She doesn't stop running all day. And like I said, she's like a Jack Geary, who I just remember that grand final where he won the Cheney medal in the men's, and he just ran all day, up and down. She doesn't stop. I think she might have been a runner before she was a footballer, so she's got that elite running fitness. As we see the stretcher go out to Rosie Starr, and players just forming their huddles.
So did they stop the clock now for this?
Yeah, in the Women's Premier League.
It has to stop.
They should, yeah.
So it's showing 10...
Well, they'll play time on. Yeah.
Well, it's showing 10 minutes, but that's because the clock has continued to run.
Yeah.
So if you've just joined us...
It'll be a longer quarter.
Round 12 in the NTFL women's competition. Top team PINTs come to this game unbeaten with 10 wins on the trot. St Mary's lost their first 3 and didn't look to be a good side, but they've turned it on since then, won 7 in a row. So they come into this game with 7 wins and 3 losses. They're in 3rd position on the table. PINTs comfortably in front, but Ricky Nolan's team being confronted here with a pretty good turnaround from a team that looked a little bit unsure of themselves in the first quarter, St Mary's, but they've certainly turned it on in the start of this second quarter, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Well, Danielle Connor's first game for St Mary's in quite a while. Obviously been playing for the Adelaide Crows, where she had a red hot season, but they were bundled out of finals. But I'm not sure if you saw the goals that she kicked, the intercept goals. I think she got goal of the year, Danielle. So she's got the ability to, turn the ball over and win a game. So it's her first game in, so the Saints girls will just be getting to work out how Danielle plays. And Jazz Hewitt on the other hand for PINT, you couldn't get 2 better ins in a game of football.
Yeah, so
up here,
well, the little buggy's going out now. The stretch is out there, so this is a serious injury. We can't tell you much more about it. But Liz, Danielle Potter, let's talk about her for a minute, because she plays the Adelaide Crows, but she's one of those players who mightn't touch the ball for a quarter a bit, and then all of a sudden she gets 2 or 3 touches, she kicks 2 or 3 goals. It's just so dangerous for the entire match.
I think she was playing under 15s here in the NTFL when she was about 11 or something. She's just one of those kids that was born to play AFL, like Janome Anderson a few years later. So yeah, she's won 2 premierships. She's so highly regarded at the Adelaide Crows, and she's just a brilliant footballer. And her partner Nate Paredes is the captain of the men's team, and St Mary's is her family club, so she'll always return to Saints as we see Rosie picked up. And great sportsmanship there by the PINTs players to assist with the stretcher.
Well, we see good sports. Good sporting attitude in the women's footy, don't we?
Oh, it's a great year. Everyone knows I'm Saints, but I know a lot of the girls through my Thunder days and that sort of thing, and there's really good camaraderie between everyone. Amy Chittick out there, she's one of my great mates, and Lauren Motlop as well. So that's the good thing about territory footy, as we see Rosie stretch it off. But the No More round, Charlie, we might use this opportunity to talk about your initiative and how important it is to you.
Well, we've got a guest going to join us at the break during half time to talk more details. But we saw the teams link their arms out there. And I was saying to you, it's such a wonderful sight to see. And the women do it so well. The umpires are all part of it, and you can see they really are committed to the whole idea of stopping violence.
And it's a really visual reminder to everyone, to stop and take a minute to think about it, and why we're all here. So a round of applause for Rosie Starr, who's gone off in the stretcher. She's a great young person, great footballer. Hopefully it's not too serious and play's going to get back underway.
So here we go. The ball's out on that far side where this all happened, and the free kick's been played, and Saints have got the free kick. PINTs have got the free kick, rather deep in defence. Not sure who's on offer here.
Going to take it out to the scoreboard side. Joe Miller flies for the mark, but it goes over the top of everyone.
Yeah, Miller just loves it. Look at that. That's just a ferocious tackle from her. She's a tough player. Ball inside 50. Chance here for Pints through. Brianna Newbury couldn't get to it. Kick outside the defensive 50 for Saints. For Pints, rather. Pints go to the middle with a kick that really wasn't intended for anyone but worked beautifully for them. A little kick now. They've got a player loose. Handball over the top. No one able to get it. It's Rihanna Newbury again involved in it. Here's Saints on the charge. When it kicked down towards, they've got two players on the loose here.
Emma Stark or Joe Miller, take your pick.
Here's Stark, Emma Stark with it. The umpire, she gets a kick inside 50. She did it really, really well. She gave her teammates every chance here. They've got a bouncing ball, knocked over the top there by Baptista. She's a chance to pick it up.
Ponta trying to pick it up. She's going to get a free kick. Or Emma McNeil's going to get a free kick, Charlie.
Well, Ponta thought it was hers, but it's not. It's going to be McNeil. So McNeil from 30 metres out, almost directly in front, kicks that goal. Good-looking kick, drifts it off to the left, comes up with a minor score. Really, Saints wanted that one, but they come up with a minor score.
Emma McNeil's been a revelation coming back to St Mary's this season. She's played on and off for about the last 10 years for St Mary's. Whenever her and Mitch aren't in Melbourne or Brisbane, they come back to Darwin for wet season, and just her experience and her leadership's been fantastic.
Goal the difference here at the moment. St Mary's in front. They trail by 2 goals at quarter time. Chance here again. Kick under pressure. Stolen away from McNeil. Didn't get it anywhere. And pushed over the boundary line by Hewitt.
So a 6-point ball game. It's going to be a kick-in by McNeil.
It's a free kick to McNeil.
What for?
Might have been out of bounds on the full. Didn't see the umpire make that signal. But here's the kick. Straightens it up. Ball lands on the ground. Pints get there. Tried to hurry a kick out.
Caitlin Armstrong's on the bench for St Mary's after looking injured at the same time as Rosie Starr. So they've pushed Danielle Ponta into full forward, but Pints are working really hard here to try and clear that ball out of the St Mary's.
Jazz Hewitt involved in about 3 touches there.
Yep.
Didn't quite get it clear though. Now it comes back out to her again. She gets it, got away with the handball, did really well. Gave it to a teammate. Short kick mark taken there by Downey. She's a doctor and she plays hockey as well. She's a kick from her to Newbury. They're all doctors for Pints. Here's the kick down towards half forward. 2 Pints players go to ground. Clean up there by Saints is pretty good.
Gemma, be a free kick just for hands in the back there. I think by Takisa Doherty-Cole. I think she was trying to stop herself, but the 2 hands were deemed in the back. Kirli Parnell's going to cut that one off and keep running. Get the hands to Gemma Iacono, who gives it to Doherty-Cole. Just puts it on the boot up in the air. Great mark there, though, by Pint.
Pint running out. Can go short with the kick here. Give it to Ingram. She was very busy in the first quarter. Busy. Not quite so busy in the second. The kick was good from her. Measured it nicely. Put it in the hands of Newbury. Newbury goes searching upfield. Spillage down in the direction there of Huppets. Couldn't get it for Pints. Saints on the clean-up. Come away through Doherty-Cole. Goes kick to the wing. Bouncing ball here. Hard under pressure there was Beck Pryor, and she's penalised.
Yeah, Kirli Parnell just with the tackle pressure there.
She's having a big quarter here, yeah. Parnell. That's a good-looking kick, got it over the top of the wall. Did it nicely.
Yeah, Jamie Bryant's going to play on and give it to Joe Miller. Joe's looking for an option here, going to put it out the front of Billy Byers.
It won't bounce for Byers. No, it doesn't. It bounced back the other way. She can get a handball from Armstrong if she can, but she can't.
I think it's Jaylene Boundary out there, but Pint with a little kick away puts it out the front of Annabelle Downey for Pint.
This is her 3rd year, I think, at Pint, so she's been around a while.
Yeah.
Kick for Saints. Here's a chance for Armstrong. Beaten for the ball this time. Hurried kick came away off the boot of Huppets for Pint. Saints get in the way. They're inside 50. Snap kick, rolls down towards the goal line. It'll continue to roll, and it looked like it was going to go for a goal. It didn't. It stayed straight and went through for a minor score.
Yeah, I think it was Emma Stark that kicked that one. So Pints will get the kick in again. 19-minute mark of the second quarter, and St Mary's leading 3-2-20 to Pint 2-1-17.
And if that clock there is going to confuse you, it's because there was a lengthy break due to that injury.
So the story of this quarter, Charlie, is that Pints haven't scored. And it's been all St Mary's.
Yeah, maybe that's a scoring end, do you think?
Might be.
Maybe there's a breeze. Maybe the flag's not telling us lies. They're actually blowing that way.
Oh, Jazz Hewitt again tries to get her kick away and brought down in the tackle. She's working hard, Jazz.
And Fessy involved with that as well, Kate Fessy for PINT. Trying to reach over the top there was Hamilton, the sprinter in the team, they were telling me, for PINT.
Oh, what a great trap by Emily Forshaw.
Forshaw is a great defender, I reckon. Second season at Saints.
Oh, and she's just tackled off the ball there, and she's going to be a holding decision. She's going to get a free kick.
She's won the free kick. She'll be disappointed in that, Lauren Motlop.
Yeah.
She had hold of her and she dropped the ball, according to Lauren Motlop. That would be her thinking.
She's been a good player for a long time, Lauren, and you get to see the frustration there, but she'll compete, don't worry about that. She'll work really hard to get the next contest back.
So Forshaw from a long, long way out. She's just a few metres across from the centre line, and she pumps it down to centre half forward. Good kick.
Danielle Ponta flies, but it went straight over the back.
All at the back.
Here's Lauren.
All at the back of PINT. There's a kick forward by Forshaw again. PINT again get in the way. Running hard at the footy, Chittick. Chittick looking for it, can't get it. Spillage comes out wide. Handball gets away. Snap kick there by, was that Baptista?
Yep, she's back into the side. She's been away on holidays for a few weeks. She's another one that came through the St Mary's Juniors, and she's a great little player.
Well, it need the Saints to go in at quarter time, at half time, knowing that they've held PINT's, not so much what they've done, but holding PINT's scoreless.
Yeah, it'll be massive, especially after the first quarter, and just give them that confidence to go on with it. But likewise, they can't let their guard down, because Ricky Nolan, like I said, you know, he's one of the most astute coaches in the game, so he'll have an answer, and PINT will come back out firing in the third quarter.
It's a kick toward Chittick. She does get hold of it and then bangs away with the left boot. 2-on-2 here. Saints in good position. Terrific mark taken by Michelle Friel. Pumps it down to the full forward area. Lands on the ground. Good tackle. Loose ball. Free kick. Free kick to Saints here.
Yep. Free
directly
kick,
out in front.
need a penalty as well, Charlie.
Is this Bryant?
That is Jamie Bryant from Catherine. She's played for Saints the last few seasons, and she'll put an easy goal through, you would think.
Well, she kicked it, no problem at all. So Bryant gets the third goal for Saints in this quarter, fourth goal in fact, and they're out to a handy lead. They've doubled the score.
They sure have, and you know, a 50-metre penalty just so costly, Charlie. It really gives an easy goal away. So Rick Nolan again, he'll address that at half-time with his team and how important it is. So the score now, St Mary's 4 goals to 26, leading PINT to 1-13. We're ticking over 22 minutes in the second quarter, but we did have an injury earlier in the quarter. Caitlin Armstrong's also gone off for St Mary's, so they've had to readjust their forward line, and it looks like Danielle Ponta has gone down there, and Kiralee Parnell, Jaylene Boundary, Emma Stark. So it's an ever-evolving game.
Indeed it is. I've missed a goal kicker there somewhere. I've got Bryant, Parnell and Armstrong. Who's the other one for Saints?
No, I have two. I've got Jamie Bryant, Kiralee Parnell and Caitlin Armstrong.
I don't know.
Not sure who the fourth one is.
Who's the kick out?
Busy talking and watching the game. Jaylene Boundary now in the square.
Good vision. Kicked it nicely too. Made it easy with a teammate. Handball went across from centre half forward. Kick into the deep into the forward line. Reaching over the back. Parnell takes a great grab. And she's going to kick another one here, you would think. Angle not a problem. Almost directly in front. 25 metres out.
And another 50-metre penalty, Charlie. I'm not sure
what's going on. Back, is it back chat, do you think?
Not sure, but before she kicked it, the umpire called the 50-metre, so the Saints are going to get another one. I think that's the third 50-metre penalty. Well,
it can only be one of two things. And she goes back and she kicks the goal. So great goal for Saints, and that's a brilliant huge quarter.
And set up by Jaylene Boundary in the centre square. I think Giles is on game 199 this week, Charlie. She's had a great career over. She's one of the originals of women's football in the NTFL. So her kick just setting it up outside in the square for St Mary's. So she should play her 200th in the new year. The score now, St Mary's 5-2-32, leading PINT 2-1-13. Just at the end of this second quarter.
We talked about this before. Nightcliff did it against Darwin, where they come out and kick 4 goals to nothing in the first quarter and then held on. Saints are doing it here. They kick 5 goals to nothing in the second quarter. I mean, they've set this game up.
It hasn't even gone
Well, it's rarely been inside 50.
Near, yeah, PINT's.
Because Saints are dominating in the midfield here.
They are. Look at the likes of Gemma Tono tackling there. A huge get for St Mary's, knowing to Keith Cole coming across from Darwin Buffaloes this season.
So she's drawn a free kick out of this. Got grabbed high, said the umpire. And if you play in front and you play hard, the umpires are going to look after you. And if you play behind, you can take a mark like that. That was a great mark, reaching over the top.
And Doherty Cole saying to the umpire, call it, because Emma Stark marked it, and now the siren's gone, and she's going to have to go back and have her kick after the siren.
Stay with us during the halftime break. We're going to talk about the No More campaign. Another 50 metre. Now, it can only be one of two things. Either you're not coming back on the mark, or you're back chatting the umpire. There's only two things, only way you can draw a 50-metre penalty. So
Emma Stark here looking for another goal, and I think she might be the goal that we missed, Charlie, earlier in this quarter, because she did kick another one earlier this quarter. So Emma Stark finishing the second quarter on a goal, and St Mary's have gone from 0 at quarter time to 6 to 38, PINT to 113.
2 goals to Emma Stark. We think 2 goals to Jazz Hewitt are the main goal scorers, multiple goal scorers for this match. Big lead to Saints here by 25 points at half-time. We'll leave you, Les, for a second, and we'll talk no more violence, because we saw the teams linking their arms out there a little while ago at the start of this match. And it is the no more round, and it's going to be happening all around here at Marara and out at Gardens Oval as well. And we're going to, our special guest has come to join us. 38 to 13 if you've just joined us. You'll know what happened. St Mary's trail by 12 points at quarter time. Kicked 6 goals in that second quarter to take that lead out to 25 points. Just those goal kickers, Emma Stark kicked a couple, and Jasmine Hewitt kicked a couple for a PINT. As Narelle Gostre joins us from the No More campaign. Hello, Narelle.
Morning, Charlie.
What is your correct title?
Violence Prevention Manager.
That's right, because you're responsible for all of this. The No More campaign sits comfortably amongst violence prevention within Catholic Care. Just tell us a bit about the program.
Yeah, so Catholic Care's got a number of different programs in the violence prevention space. We run, obviously, the No More campaign. We have DV counselling and casework, men's behaviour change programs, and safe houses in the Tiwi Islands and Daly River. But No More is the big thing today, being the campaign against domestic violence, and it's really great to see everybody out here supporting the program.
And what's the message we're trying to give here today?
So many messages, Charlie, but the main one is that, you know, we all deserve to be safe from violence at home in our communities, and we all want to be respectful to each other and respectful relationships, especially coming up to Christmas. Again, everyone deserves to be safe and free from violence.
And why sport?
Sport, because sport's a language that we all speak. It's a space where we can set up things where we can be respectful to each other. We know that, you know, a lot of sports people out there are really strong role models, and it's just a place where we can all be safe in our sporting environment. We see so many things around, you know, fair go and fair spirit, and all of those things, you know, connect back into reducing domestic and family violence. So it's great to see, you know, the women out here playing, and that's another big thing around ending domestic and family violence is gender equity. You know, we're seeing women out here as players, coaches, commentators. We're not seeing women in our stereotyped gender stereotyped roles, and that's another thing that brings us forward in that space.
Narelle Gostre with us from the No More campaign, or from the whole violence prevention area with Catholic Care. Tell us about domestic violence action plans, DVAPs as they're called. What are they?
Yeah, so the Domestic Violence Action Plan is a plan that a sporting organisation or any kind of organisation can put together to demonstrate their commitment to ending family violence. So it can be as big or as small as your sport or organisation wants it to be. It can be a one-pager that says we stand against family violence, or it can be, you know, multiple pages brought together by your committee and players that talk about all the things that you're prepared to do to take a stand against violence.
Are there other sports involved with No More rounds like the AFLNT have?
Yeah, plenty of sports. So my sport of choice is baseball. And
I thought you was a female cricketer. cricketer?
Oh yeah, well
Budding.
lately, budding in my late career, but definitely cricket, baseball, tennis, BMX, like the list goes, hockey, rugby league, like basically any sport can be involved. And in the Northern Territory, I'd say we would have the majority of sports who are all taking some kind of stand against family violence.
Now, the Police Commissioner was at a function last Friday when there was a march at Casuarina, the No More March, and said police have to respond during the festive season, sometimes to as many as 97 incidences of family violence. That's horrific.
It really is horrific, and obviously long term that's the thing that we want to see absolutely going down, but there's a certain irony is in that we'd actually, if the violence is happening out there, we would actually like to see that number go up, because what that means is that people that aren't involved in the violence but are aware of it are reporting it, and that's super important, that if you see something or hear something, even if you're not sure, better safe than sorry, because your call might save somebody's life. The other side of that is that if people who are experiencing family violence are making the calls to the police, then that helps us understand exactly the depth that this issue is, and helps us put in place responses to that.
Do you have a message to people listening to us?
Oh, so many messages, Charlie. But look, I think it just comes down to, we all have, this is all our issue. It's not a private issue. It's not behind closed doors anymore. And we all should get up and stand up and say no more to family violence.
It's a great message. Nice to talk to you, Narelle. Thanks so much for your time.
Okay.
Narelle Gostray from the No More campaign joined us here. It's the No More round in the footy here. Half time in this match, and 38 points to 13. St Mary's have turned it around at quarter time, kicking 6 goals to nothing in that second quarter, and lead comfortably by 25 points at half time. More from Marara TIO Stadium coming up soon. Bye.
Let me just see. Off to McMahon again. McMahon's just an up and under kick. I don't know who it was to. Desmond Tipper-Matamiri was there. Silver Yusuf was there. Doyle got it. Madden got it. Let go. Play on was the call. It's come to Harvey, who snaps it on his right. Doesn't really have an option. Anything he has got is closed off. He's got to kick it to the contest, but it was Doyle with some use of the body. Clever. Goal post. which he's kind of done, and he sits it up, and there's a few applause, and it's come from the PINT supporters. Doyle is on the board.
Yeah.
In. Diving Lanyon, can't get it. Picked up there on the left by Trotter. Trotter's shot at goal goes across the face, through for a point, and the game is all locked up.
Really trying to get that really... there's the siren.
There's the siren. Well, there we have it at DXE Arena as everyone goes down onto their haunches. 8 goals, 7 apiece, 55 points. The score is a draw.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the third quarter of this round 12 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game between St Mary's and Pint. Liz Cruz and Charlie King in the commentary box today. And Charlie, we're really enjoying this battle.
Yeah, what a comeback by St Mary's, down by 12 points at quarter time. Then they kicked 6 unanswered goals. I don't know what happened. What happened? Did they just switch on all of a sudden, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think they were just sort of, going into the first quarter to see what happened, then really hit their straps. Emma McNeil winning that ruck tap again, and Joe Miller getting the hands out there in front of Jeanette Grant, who got a push in the back, but play on. But third quarter's always a big one, so let's see what happens.
Well, certainly Saints dominated the midfield in that quarter. Umpires picked a free kick out, and it was a throw, I think he said, and it's going to be a free. No, it's not. It is a free kick to Pint. So they can go forward with this. It's a good-looking kick. It's over the top, running at the back of it, not able to get underneath it and take the mark was Brodie for Pint. She's still involved in this. It comes out to her now. She goes down looking for it. Can she get it? She did really well. Got the handball out and got it out to Chittick. Handball across further to Ingram, who gave another handball. So Pint's using good handball here. They're a chance here. Now got it out wide. Kick around the corner. Underneath it.
Oh, that's
good
a
mark. That's a great mark. 2 to beat there. And got right underneath that and just reached up and took a great grab in the end.
Yeah, that was Anna Brodie for Pint, but I said at halftime to Charlie, off air, Amy Cheek needs to get involved. She's a quality player, and she did just that, and set her team up for this first shot on goal.
Oh, Brodie was looking out that way, didn't swing it back, goes deep in the forward pocket. Gave Saints every chance to clear it. They lead in the race to the ball. Tried to kick it off the ground out there was Forshaw. Gets over the top of the footy, tries to get out for Saints, still couldn't get it. Tap out here for Pints under pressure. High kick down towards the forward line, bounced over the top. Saints will get onto the loose ball here. Can they run it out of defence? Hard work there by Delacour. She didn't get it. Little kick out towards the 50-metre line. Pint in front position here, and support comes quickly. Caught and pushed in the back to the umpire rule. It's Sarah Ingram who went to ground with it.
Yeah, Takisa Doherty-Cole, the tackler there.
Unlucky not to get a free kick there, Pint, really.
No one goes up for the ruck. It hits the ground, and Emma McNeil's trying to spin it out. She's going to get it on the right, looking for Billy Byers.
Over the top of Billy Byers. Saints can get the clearing kick. It was pretty good, was that? That was Billy Byers who got the kick away.
Danielle Ponta looking to get that ball out, just taps it to the advantage of Caitlin Armstrong. She's kicked it across the centre circle, but it's Pints with the runners. Yeah,
too many runners there. They can run forward here. That's Trail, who's been pretty good today. Dr. Trail kicks it down towards the 50-metre line. Do you know what? If Saints kick a goal here, I reckon that's going to be a real worry for Pints here, because you've got to kick it at the other end. They're kicking into the breeze, and Pints weren't able to do it. And if Saints can do it, no one's kicked a goal at this end, I don't think. No,
they haven't. Billy Byers gets that ball down, but Danielle Ponta was second to the ball, but she's going to use her strength to get that handball away.
So good work. So the assistants came in. Johnson for Pint. Got the handball away under pressure. Handball further on to Hamilton. Hamilton bangs away with the right boot. Back position reach over the top. Fantastic grab there by Jasmine Hughes. Gee, she's a class player, isn't she?
She's been busy today. She's definitely been Pint's best, but she needs some support.
She's kicked a couple of good goals. Here's one over the top again. Rolling ball down towards the half-forward line. Saints will get there first. Little tap on was clever into the pathway there of Forshaw. Forshaw got a little kick away for Saints. Spillage out wide. Pint under pressure. Hurried kick by Hunt. Gathered in this time by Chittick. Chittick, who you call for more from, kicked up towards the forward pocket. Ball was dropped there by Pint. They had a chance, not able to complete the mark. It's alongside the boundary line, and now it stays in the field of play. Pints are a chance here to get the handball away. It was cleverly done by Stephanie Lawrence. Lawrence gets onto this loose ball, gets onto the right boot, snaps at goal, misses it out to the left, comes up with a minor score.
I'm just watching Amy Chittick, Charlie, and she's not running freely. I'm wondering if she's got a bit of an injury. She just doesn't look her dynamic self, because she's certainly having a fantastic season. So a point to Pint.
Point to Pint.
Hard to say.
Lots of dark clouds gathering out to the east. We're going to get rain?
Not sure. I'll have a look at the BOM radar. Laurie Niven bringing that in, hitting up Kirralie Parnell over in front of the St Mary's Club, and her second quarter was fantastic.
Yeah, down on her knees, took that good mark, kicks it out wide here, so there's a chance to keep this going. Saints got, that's not a very good kick, but it does go to a teammate upfield in Bryant, young player from Catherine. Handball.
Just looking on the radar, Charlie, there is a big storm coming through which might hit us in the last quarter.
So Ingram got involved with that. Point with it, a kick now down towards the edge of the square. So St Mary's is strong in defence back there. That player is
looks like Missy Friel in her 100th game.
Yeah, the 100th game.
I think she's been on Amy Chittick today, and she's certainly having a good game.
Attempt to mark there didn't quite work. Handball was good under pressure. Kick down towards the forward line inside the 50 for Pint, but Saints repel it again. So Saints standing up to this in defence.
Brooke Ponter just diving on the ball there for St Mary's and getting that handball out to Jeanette Grant, but a great smother there by Sarah Ingram from Pints, and she's going to get the hands away to her teammate in Doheny.
Grant's been busy.
Very. Yeah, she gives away a lot of size, but gee, she's a competitor. Emily Forshaw, the hands out to Gemma Iacono. The ball hits the deck though. Pints pick it up, and that player is wrapped up by Missy Friel.
That little waltz.
Looks like a trail that was wrapped up there, so a ball up.
Trail's amongst the better players, I reckon. She's been good.
Called her name a lot today. Hewitt down to Danielle Ponter, but they're on opposite teams today. It'd be all right if you were calling that for Adelaide Crows.
Yeah. So under pressure, Forshaw. Or rather not Forshaw, that was Ingram that went down with the ball.
Yeah.
Saints win it and away they come.
Kirralie Parnell again with that tackle, just putting it out the front of Jamie Bryant here, and she's on.
Isn't it set up beauty for Bryant? Bryant on the run.
Oh, Armstrong.
Charges away from Fessy. Got to Armstrong. Takes the mark inside 50. She can kick this. Oh. This is not beyond her. She's kicking into a bit of a breeze. That's the problem, really.
She had players on there, but she's gone back.
Now she loads up. Now she loads up.
Guess
now
what,
she
Charlie?
kicks.
She kicked it.
She kicks the goal.
You called it.
Wow. Armstrong, what a ripper. She's her second goal, and a big one for Saints really counts.
Oh, she is an absolute ripper. So, and just what a beautiful kick. As I said, she's from Alcheminia Panthers down in Alice Springs, and she's come up for the season, and she's been a real point of difference, a real focal point for St Mary's. So the score now, St Mary's 7-44, leading Pint 2-14. That's 30 points, Charlie.
It's hard to peg that back, but you just if Saints can do it, Pint can do it as well.
They can, and they're a quality outfit. So 2 goals to Caitlin Armstrong, 2 to Emma Stark, 2 to Kirralie Parnell, and 1 to Jamie Bryant for Saints. While for Pint, just those 2 goals in the opening term to Jazz Hewitt, who's going to go up in the ruck right now against Emma McNeil.
So she gets in, she wins the tap down. Henderson, she wants to get it away, but Henderson didn't get it. Saints got it instead, lost it, gave Henderson another. No, Henderson's following this. If the ball comes back, it'll be hers, but umpire picked the free kick out, and it's going to go to Saints. They can spear it out wide, and the mark taken out there by McNeil.
And it was Danielle Ponter with that tackle.
How good's McNeil been today?
She's a gun. I said it earlier, she's just been a revelation coming back into the Saints team for a full season. She's come in for bits and pieces in the past, but to have her week in, week out.
Parnell again laying the pressure on there, making it difficult for Pryor to get rid of the footy.
Mm-hmm. No, she's just really lifted the team. Parnell with a free kick.
She's got the free kick, so she's outside 50. She'll spear it in short. She's got a teammate there she's looking for. Didn't quite get it to her. It was interfered with, and now they can run out of the defence. Hamilton didn't get away for Pint. Pint did get the clearing kick, though, down towards the vacant wing position on that far side.
Anna Trail taking a good mark and putting it on the boot, trying to look for a teammate there in Bridell.
Handball across the field to Hupperts. Kicks, but the Saints in front there, and we're able to kick it to the middle of the ground. And that's Grant again, isn't it, getting a touch there? Yeah,
Jeanette Grant got it to Brookie Ponter. She threw it on the boot. Jaylene Brown just bringing the Pints player to ground, and it'll be another ball up. We're at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season.
I reckon if you tackle by Jaylene Boundary, you'll know all about it.
Yep. Yeah, she's, like I said, she's on 199 games, so she's fairly experienced. Well, Stephanie Lawrence here with a real chance to get PINT another goal. What an arm wrestle between Emily Forshaw and Amy Chittick. There's going to be a kicking in danger call, and it's going to be a free kick right in front of goal to Amy Chittick, Charlie.
Yeah, she needs this. Well, to say her team needs is an understatement. They're really in trouble here. 30 points down. She can reduce it back to 24 and give them some hope. 9 and nearly 10 minutes gone, so it's a 17-minute quarter, so only 7 minutes left in it. They need to kick a couple more to be a real chance of winning this. Here's Chittick directly out in front. Punts for goal. Kicks nicely. No trouble at all.
She's happy about that, Amy Chittick. She's the most passionate footballer going around. She's got a tattoo that says it's a great day to play footy. She's been a stalwart of territory footy. I think she's played 150 games or something already, and she's only about 25. She's played for NT Thunder, a couple of premierships for Waratah and a premiership for PINT, and yeah, on her day, absolute superstar. So well done, Amy Chittick. PINT now 3-2-20, trailing St Mary's 7-44.
And what's your thoughts on that, Michael Long, end of the ground here? Only one goal's been kicked. I mean, how many goals have they kicked between them? I think they've kicked about 10 goals, but only one has been kicked at that end, and it is kicking into a slight breeze, but that breeze might be stronger than what we think.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I don't know. Actually. It seems to be the scoring end in most games, to be honest.
Yeah.
That I watch.
Well, there is a bit of a breeze that goes to that, and the visiting teams don't know that.
They don't, and that was a bit high there. Yep, Emma Stark had her head over the ball, and Henderson let her know about it. So there's a bit of banter there, but good sportsmanship. Both giving each other a tap at the end, and Emma Stark will take that free kick.
She's kicked a couple today, Stark. She's been so good.
She is. There's not much of her.
Hung this up in the air just a little too long. Let the PINT's player run in. That's Harbordale.
Yeah, Saints probably needed to look down the ground there instead of across, because that's what got them in front in the second quarter.
Hurried kick. And the mark taken right on the edge of the 50-metre line. That's a long way out from goals. Short kick.
There's Amy Chittick again.
And Chittick takes the mark, got right in line with it and pulled it in.
Yep, and Stephanie Lawrence, I talked about her earlier. She's been an absolute superstar for PINT this season. I've had the pleasure of calling a couple of their games, and she's a real game changer. So
Chittick a chance here to put them within distance, I reckon, if she can kick this. We've played 12 minutes. It's a tough kick. She goes for goal, but it's not tough for Amy Chittick. She's kicked 2 on the trot. You called for her to improve. She must have heard you there.
She wouldn't have liked it, Charlie, I know. She's one of those players that she's just so passionate, and she wouldn't have liked having a quiet first half, and she would have revved herself up at half time. And she's got a really good relationship with her coach, Rick Nolan. She came across from Waratah. There was about 5 of them at the time that came over, and they copped a bit of flack, and Rick's just given her that self-belief and leverage to go and play her best footy. So that's what he does with his players. He brings out the best in people. So PINT 4-2-26. Trailing St Mary's 7-2-44, but they're having a go, PINT. They're trying to get back in it.
So Jamie Bryant on Newbury out on the wing here. That's them. You'll see them there running in front of this pack. Umpire pulls what out of there? Free kick for PINT?
I think he's going to ball it up by the looks. They're both sort of getting around, and looks like Kirli Parnell going up in the ruck. Henderson trying to get it out for PINT, but Gemma Iacono kicks it off the ground.
She could get Gemma Iacono for Saints. She's been a handy player. Here's the kick. Great mark. Taken down there for PINT, so they're just forward.
That's a 50-metre penalty, Charlie. So the first one to go PINT's way, and it is Trail who'll run it right up, and she's definitely within scoring range. Yeah,
she's a chance here. So they're making a real run at it now. She's going to, she probably hurried it a little bit. It's in the goal square and tapped through for a minor score.
And just shows again, Charlie, we spoke about it in the second quarter, how much of an advantage a 50-metre penalty is. Like, they had a shot on goal there, and now St Mary's have all the work to do to bring it out of defence.
A little kick that went deep into the back pocket, so they're deep in defence here, St Mary's.
Gemma Iacono in front of the grandstand, looking for Etta Baptista. The ball hits the ground, and it is Henderson with the first hands, but it's a hot potato out there, and the ball hits the deck. Good to see Uncle Vic Ludwig in the crowd when I went down at half-time,
Okay.
Charlie.
He'd be enjoying this.
He loves
what was the report you had on
Rosie?
Starr?
Yeah, I think she's hurt her knee quite badly. She'll take no further part in the game, so hopefully it's not as bad as we think. And we see that chain of handballs from Joe Miller and Jamie Bryant there.
Miller off that lethal left boot of hers. It's a ripper. So good. Handball back into the hand path of Byers. Byers for Saints gets it down to the edge of the attacking square. Chance to run onto the footy for Baptista. Didn't get it.
Danielle Ponta got her own handball back.
Did a blind turn and then banged it on the right boot. Went searching down there for Armstrong. Armstrong's a chance here if this sits for her. It's sat for her. She gets onto the left boot and she kicks the goal.
Oh, I love watching her. What a goal.
What a goal. Caitlin Armstrong.
What an inspiration she is, you know, to come up from El Camino Panthers from Central Australia where she doesn't really know anyone up here and just embrace her footy and love it, and it's just showing on the field. She's kicking bags of 3, 4, 5 every week. So St Mary's 8-2-50, leading Pint for 3:27 at the 15-minute mark of the third quarter. The
build-up was good for Saints then, wasn't it? They ran it down. They won it out here on the wing and close contest. Got free, got the kick. Rolling ball for Caitlin Armstrong and made no mistake. And
Danielle Ponta again just showing, you know, her class. Absolute class player. So Jamie Bryant, another one that was involved. We see Nikita Long, the runner for St Mary's out there, who's cousins with the Pontas, and Poppy Geekus, who's been a superstar in the juniors. So here we go again.
The Saints want to try and get at that end. Pint's desperate to get one back here. So all their hard work has been undone by Caitlin Armstrong, who answered there. Pint's 2 goals, 2 to herself.
I don't think I've seen her kick a point this season. And that's the difference when you get a player when they get the ball in their hands, if they can finish.
Here's a chance again for Byers.
It's gone back. The umpire's called it back to Etta Baptista. So she's got options.
What do we know about Etta?
Etta, she came through as a junior. Her older sister as well. Her brother plays for Nightcliff, Dimmy. But Etta and her sister, they're cousins of the Vallejos. They're East Timorese family.
Okay.
So, juniors of our club.
So chance here for Saints. There was Doherty Cole onto that one. Ball rolls towards the boundary line. It goes Pryor for Pint. High tackle. Umpire let that one go. That was on Emma Stark.
Oh, that's
great mark.
Got to be a mark or a free kick.
Strong mark and defensive 50 for Pint.
Yeah, excellent mark by Pint.
Almost 17 minutes gone. This third term. Drop mark out there. Might have been Ingram. But Saints have won the free kick, so they have it about 60 metres out from goal. They kick it to the 50-metre line and getting in the way, taking a good mark down there was Ingram. It's a real arm wrestle now. Hurried kick out wide. St Mary's get across to it. Through Friel on her 100th game. Ball in the hands here of McNeil. McNeil sends it up. They're looking for Armstrong. Didn't get it to her.
Ponta's waiting for that tackle. Yep, she's got it. She's going to have a shot on goal, Charlie. And guess what? She's kicked it.
Ponta kicked. She pickpocketed that.
She did. She knew she wasn't going to get to the ball first, so she waited for the Pint player to pick it up, tackled her, and literally just stole the ball out of her hands. Just the strength and class again of Danielle Ponta.
So 3 goals in this quarter for St Mary's, outscoring Pint after Pint looked as though they were going to make a real charge. They kicked a couple of goals early, didn't they? But then Saints have run all over them in this last 5-10 minutes.
They have, yeah. Amy Chittick looked like she was going to keep on going there. She kicked 2 in this quarter. Pints have only kicked the first 2 in the game to Jasmine Hewitt before that. But Saints have got the answers for everything at the moment. To see both teams working their rotations.
Where's this put Saints in terms? I know it's a long call, but where's this put Saints in terms of favouritism for the flag this year? Does it put them? There's certainly
Waratah up there as well. They're equal second, but Waratah a bit higher on percentage. But I commentated Pint and Waratah the other week, and Pint was superior in saying that Waratah lost a few key players like Lisa Roberts and Aggie Singh, who's just an absolute superstar. So they were missing players as we see a point free kick.
Liz, I know that there's an old saying in footy that momentum is everything, and certainly momentum. Saints have it, but is it a bit early in the season to have the momentum?
No, I don't think so. You've got to be up there, you know, at Christmas in the top 5, and to go into Christmas, if Saints win this, 8 wins in a row and knocking off the ladder leader going into Christmas, that's the Christmas break. It's just going to give them so much confidence going into the second half of the season and want to be there, you know, put pressure on selection, you know, want to be in the team, everyone at training. That sort of mentality is what wins premierships.
9-2 to 4-3. St Mary's have turned this game around since quarter time. They've kicked 9 goals to 2 after trailing by 12 points at quarter time. What's in store for the last quarter?
Well, Pints have got the work to do, and St Mary's have got, you know, everything to win for. That's a huge lead. Caitlin Armstrong with 3, but a number of contributors around the ground. Big last quarter coming up, Charlie.
So just those multiple goal scorers, Kirli Parnell has a couple, Emma Stark a couple, and Caitlin Armstrong leading the way for St Mary's with 3, and for Pint just 2 goal kickers for them. Both have got multiples. Jasmine Hewitt kicked 2 in the first quarter. Amy Chitty kicked 3 in the third. So at 3-quarter time here, it's Saints comfortably in front by 29 points. We're down by 12 at quarter time, up by 25 at half time, out to 29 at 3-quarter time, 9-2 to 4-3. More footy coming up after this break.
Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by McCarr. Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Yep. Well, welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of this round 12 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game, and we see some dark clouds coming across and a little bit of lightning in the distance. Charlie, it should make for an interesting last quarter.
Well, the story of the match, of course, is that 6-goal blast from St Mary's in that second quarter after they were down by 2 goals at quarter time. They kicked 6 unanswered goals and they've gone on with it since then.
They have, and the temperature's probably just dropped 10 degrees out there with those clouds coming over. It's a nice, warm, humid morning, and as we know in Darwin, when the rain comes, the temperature drops. So the flags are flying furiously over there, indicating that there's a bit of a breeze going down to the airport end, the scoring end. So let's get this last quarter underway. Takisa Doherty-Cole taking it out of the ruck and throwing it on the boot.
And the challenge, of course, the PINT is to kick 6 unanswered goals, just exactly what St Mary's did. I can't see them doing it. That rain is going to close very quickly on us, we think. Ball out wide here for St Mary's, not able to get it clear though. Went with a handball, gave it to Beck Pryor, and then spillage back out towards Rihanna Newbury.
Caitlin Armstrong throwing it on the boot.
Bangs it down the forward line, rolls towards the boundary line and goes out of play.
So St Mary's that first inside 50 in the first 30 seconds of the final quarter.
And that's where they want it, don't they? Saints will know if they kick the first goal here, whatever little chance PINT's had will probably evaporate. So they have it deep down in their forward line. Got Emma Iacono there, number 5.
Hewitt jumping over the top of Emma McNeil, but she's got the strength to try and take it out. Ball hits the deck and the PINT's player trying to get a handball out, but the umpire will call it in again.
It's been an impressive performance by Saints, hasn't it? Really, PINT's looked really good in that first quarter, but Saints were stung into action. Here's a kick under pressure, goes out of bounds on the full.
Emma McNeil kicking it out of bounds on the full, and I was saying to you in the break, her older brother Carl Peterson used to play for St Mary's back in the day. So that's the association. Emma's had a long time with St Mary's.
Do you know, I just saw a player help another player, opposition player, back up off the ground. It's such a good thing in women's footy. The men need to take a look at that. This is just a game, you know. One team wins and one team doesn't win. That's what happens in the game of footy. Yeah,
there's a lot of respect out there, and, you know, the calibre of both of these teams, they're both sitting up at the top of the ladder and they just want to come and play footy, Charlie. They just want to have a real good hard contest.
So PINT's trying to get out of trouble here through Ingram. She lost it, turned it over, got off to Doherty-Cole, kicks it inside 50. Handball comes out wide here. Saints trying to get clear through Bryant. Little kick got right over the top. Chance here for Saints for Joe Miller. She's been really good today. She bangs away and goal, hits the post, came up with a minor score. That would have been the death knell.
Oh my goodness, it would have been. So PINT with an opportunity now to bring it in again. They're going to bring it over to the grandstand side, take a bounce and try and get a bit of depth with that kick.
Kick got over the top of the green wall and then kicked out wide here. Trying to pick it up.
Jazz Hewitt, held without it.
Wins the free kick.
She's worked really hard today, Jazz. She's obviously her team's best.
Pumping kick from it. It's a beautiful kick. Right up towards the wing. Foot race here. PINT's will get there first. Did really well. Won the foot in. Away they go through.
Baumer.
Jessie Baumer. Yeah. She had a baby last year, I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them out there that have had babies. Emma McNeil's another one. She just had her 3rd baby, little Marley, very cute, and Becky Pryor for PINT. So Missy Friel, who's playing her 100th today, it's taken her 10 years to get to 100 games because, you know, as a mum. So testament to them all that they're still out there running around.
So Joni got the handball, kicked it down towards the forward line. Chance here for PINT. Big tackle laid on.
Missy Friel.
Real big tackle, Missy Friel.
What a tackle. She wants this game. She knows it's her 100th and she's up and about for it.
Yeah, she wouldn't have thought that was possible today, but boy, have they turned it on here, the Green Machine. They've looked really, really impressive and dangerous.
They do, and they've had this core group all season, and the Div 2 team are winning games as well, so it's flowing on effect through the women's program at St Mary's.
Here's Baumer banging long. Oh, Rito, that's a fantastic mark, Chittick. 2 goals in the 3rd term from Amy Chittick. She can make it 3 here. She's in a tough position. She's going to play on. She bangs away with it down, looking for a teammate, wasn't able to find one, and Saints come away with it. Kick towards the edge of the square. Ball falls free. Trying to hurry a kick out of that pack was Doherty-Cole. Good, she's got it.
Good tackle there by Downey for Pints, and that kick ends in the hands of Sarah Ingram.
Ingram goes to the pocket, searching, and comes off the boot and rolls out of play.
So it is the 4-minute mark of this final quarter. St Mary's 9 at 3:57, leading Pint 4-3-27, a 30-point margin. The rain is still yet to hit us, but there's some rumbling out there. You're here all day, Charlie. You'll be able to watch the weather from the best spot.
It was a funny storm because it came in from the southeast and then turned around and went past us, and the turned around and came back again. But it's missed us again on the way back. We may be blessed. Here's a hurried kick by Henderson.
Yeah, Takisa Doherty-Cole just cutting that off and getting a kick away, but Pints are getting it back, and a kick goes in courtesy of Annabelle Downey.
But Saints, look at the Saints players back there everywhere. Chased towards the boundary line by Danielle Ponta.
Yeah,
I was out of play at the 50, and the ball will go to Hunt. Jayla Hunt will get the free kick.
Yeah, it's that last touch rule in the women's competition.
Here's the kick, sets it up for a teammate to take a mark.
Great spoil there by Jade Delacour for St Mary's.
Yeah, good spoil, Delacour. Here's Stephanie Lawrence. They're expecting big things from her today. She's had a reasonable game, but like her teammates, she's been outclassed today. Came out into the hands here of Niven. Niven's kicked towards Ponta on the boundary line and out of play again. Yeah,
Danielle just making sure she touched it there, so it wasn't a free kick to Pint. It'll be a throw-in, as much as Pint want that. But yeah, Stephanie Lawrence is having an outstanding season for Pint. I love watching her play. She's a real game winner for them. So.
Yeah, but what do Pint take out of this match, do you reckon? I mean, they're not going to win it. We can say that pretty safely now, but what will they take out of this?
Oh, it's good. I mean, they're the hunted. They've set the standard in the women's competition from the last couple of seasons, really, since they won that premiership. So, you know, there was a different premier last year, but they've come out and won 10 in a row. So they've been the hunted. So St Mary's and all the other clubs want them. But like we've said all game, Ricky Nolan, he's just, you know, he's one of the best coaches going around, and it's a challenge.
Well, it looked like a two-team competition, really. It was going to be Pint and Tars, and then and maybe Darwin just on the outside of that. But they fell away, and Saints were at the same time as rising, weren't they? So there's definitely now the top three are going to be Pint, Tars and St Mary's. Yeah, and Heidi Thompson as well, the coach of Tars, another astute coach. She's coached in Queensland, she's coached NT Thunder, and she knows all of these girls. Tiwi Bombers women's team have come into the competition, and there's a really exciting game coming up today, and Janet Baird is playing for the Tiwi Bombers, so she's another AFLW player. So it's great for football, it's great for women's football in the top end, that the football is just such a high calibre and great contests week in, week out. And ball kicked back towards the boundary line and rolls out of play. So it's going to be a free kick down there for Saints. Might be Iacono. It is. So the NT rep side is obviously, you know, getting looked again for January, and there'll be players from across the clubs that will be picked for that from all of these top teams, as we see. Great pick up there by Brooke Ponta, but she's going to be tackled by Jazz Hewitt and just brought to the ground, and it'll be a free kick to Pint. So Hewitt, who's been outstanding today, been really good. She's had so many possessions, and she's a beautiful kick of the footy. Look at that one. That's a great kick. Down towards the 50-metre line. Village comes out towards Henderson. Couldn't get it. Saints a chance. Loose ball gathered. Kick forward by Hunt. Now into the hands of Lawrence. Lawrence goes round the body and running out, taking a terrific mark. Chitty again. Amy Chittick. Chittick. So she's kicked a couple already, hasn't she? She has. She's kicked two. She took that brilliant mark just moments ago on the other side of the ground and passed it off, but she's going to have a shot on goal this time. Kicks a goal. Looks pretty good. They like it in the goal square. So she gets 3. So she equals Caitlin Armstrong with the most goals kicked by an individual in today's match. 3 each to Chittick and Caitlin Armstrong from St Mary's. That's it. So Amy Chittick, as we said, she's been around a long time. She's a life member. She got made a life member of AFL Northern Territory in the off season because of her amount of games. She's a mad Carlton supporter, so my son Fraser loves her too because he's a mad Carlton supporter, and
favourite players are Sam Walsh and Charlie Curnow, but 5 premierships with Waratahs, 1 with Pints. She's played NT rep footy. She's done it all, Amy Chittick, and she's only about 25 or 26. So
still a career in front of her,
she's
isn't there?
going to be one of those players that ends up with 300 games.
Could she ever play AFLW?
She played for Melbourne in one of those really early games, and she played for NT Thunder. So, certainly talented, as we see Pints just pick that ball up, try to get the kick out of defence.
Little kick off the ground, was hoping it to get in the hands of Joni, but it didn't. Now the ball held up. Down on the half-back line for Pints. Just snaps it out of the air, did Parnell. She's had a brilliant day today. Been
a great game. Her Nana passed away during the week, so our thoughts are with the Parnell family. They're a great Darwin family. And Emma McNeil's going to take a nice, easy mark right on the 50-metre line as we see a little bit of lightning in the background.
And the heat's gone out of the game, hasn't it?
Good mark there by Pint. That was Erin Lavis.
Yeah, deep in defence. Offer to go short to Pryor. She didn't. She went the other way instead.
Takisa Doherty-Cole's going to take another easy mark on the other side, and she's been outstanding today and outstanding for this season for Saints since coming across with Gemma Iacono from Buffs.
A little bit of lightning we've seen, just starting to
I hope the game gets to finish, Charlie, because it's been such a great game.
Well, probably only got about 7 minutes to go, so hopefully we can get through it all. But what a game it's been. Here's the kick from the long way out.
Oh.
And just misses, fades out to the right. Minor score for Saints.
They've been very accurate today, both teams. So it'll be 9-4-58 to St Mary's. Pint 5-3-33. Pints through Lauren Motlop will bring the ball in again. No one on the mark, so Lauren's going to take a bounce and bring it to the grandstand side.
Good bounce, 2-on-1 here, reaching from over the back. McNeil didn't get her hands on it. Spillage got into the hands of Ross. Ross went to the edge of the square, but the mark's going to be paid here. That's a great mark to Sarah Ingram.
She's been good today, Ingram. She's looking for Stephanie Lawrence there, who nearly takes it, but a teammate takes it out of her hands in Brody. Lawrence gets it back and tries to get the handball away. Mishy Friel picks it up in her 100th game, and she's going to kick it, but smothered by a teammate, but goes in for the second effort. There's players down on their knees. Everyone's slow to get up.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. There's two players down, 2 Pint players down on the ground.
Everyone just
well, a third one might join them after that tackle.
Bit of friendly fire, I think. Nothing untoward in it.
That was a pretty ferocious tackle from Jade
Delacour. Yeah, she's one of the girls that comes up from
hurt herself as well.
Catherine. She plays for Eastside, and there's been a number of them that drive up the highway every week playing for Saints, and they've been fantastic.
Gemma Iacono was involved in that. She's there now on the outskirts of this. It didn't get to her though. Rolls up field a little further. Kick around the body for Pint. She's in there working for it again with Stephanie Lawrence. She's lifting her game. Chance to run on this for Halberdale. Little kick off the ground. They'll give every chance here to Hunt. Probably been amongst their better players today, I think, Jayla Hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephanie Lawrence just trying to get in there. She's another good player for Pint, but that ball just missing everyone. Lawrence getting the handball backwards to Ingram. And a mark or a free kick is going to be paid in front to Danielle Ponta.
Look at her movement. It's just
beautiful.
Just terrific to watch, isn't it? She just knows this game inside out. It's like she's been kicking the footy since she was 2, and she probably
I think she has. I think growing up in the Ponta Long family, you would have no choice. She would have grown up at this oval. Safe hands there to Kiralee Parnell. So we hear the thunder rumbling in the background. Kiralee will have her kick right in front of the grandstand. She's found Shanette Grant, who's been good today.
Good lead, Grant, and the 2 Pint players just realised there's not much they can do.
So she's got a few leads there, Grant. She's looking for Emma Stark. Caitlin Armstrong keeps it in and just chucks it on the boot. It's going to be knocked over the boundary line though.
Doherty Cole down there for that.
Yep, 13.5 minute mark of the final quarter here at TIO Stadium.
So you said there was a good crowd downstairs.
Yeah.
We don't get an idea of it from where we're sitting, but
Yep.
What sort of numbers do you think?
Oh, there's, you know, a few sort of 100 for each club. You know, they sit at their traditional ends, nowhere near each other. But there's a lot of eyes watching this game on the live broadcast as well. And I even had a message from Maddie Ludwig, who's watching on in Thailand, Charlie.
All right. Hello, Maddie. How you going?
Be nice to be over there at the moment. But, you know, this is a top-of-the-table clash, and all the other NTFL clubs will probably be watching as well.
So Saints brilliant today. If you're a Saints fan, you've got plenty to cheer about. This would be a good Christmas present.
Absolutely. And the men will take each other on later tonight at 7:30 on this ground. And Shannon Motlop's doing a great job in his first season for PINT as their coach, and Anthony Vallejo as the reigning premiership coach for St Mary's.
So he's the coach of the rep team as well.
Yes.
For those people who don't know, the South Fremantle are coming to town. It'll be a match, I think, on the 22nd of January.
That's it, yep.
Men's game, and then the women's game the following day on the Sunday against Claremont, who are the reigning premiers in the Waffle.
Yeah, it'll be a really great display of territory footy.
And the two coaches, Mel Taylor coaching the women's team because she coached Darwin to the premiership in the women's, and of course Anthony Vallejo will coach St Mary's, coach the Darwin team. That's a good thing for Anthony Vallejo, really, isn't it? It's just reward for a player who's been around a long time and done quite a few years of coaching as well.
He has. He's coached through the juniors, not only at his club but through the Thunder program, and always giving up his time. He's always down at juniors. I know he's here today. He's sitting down the end watching the women's team. So, yeah, he's an absolute stalwart of territory footy, and the Vallejo family, as we see Danielle Ponta give the ball.
Just nicely gave it back.
Yep, just waited. They wouldn't tolerate anything in the AFLW, would they, Charlie? It's very, very strict. Kiralee Parnell cutting it off. Again, she's been in my best today. Ball hits the deck. Who have you seen in the best today, Charlie, for both teams?
Oh, I think Parnell she's been just fantastic today. She's lifted St Mary's. I mean, she's had plenty of players helping her, of course, but I just thought she's been outstanding. Emma Stark was got involved in it, and this lady, number 8, Ponta, well, you'd never leave her out of your top 5 players, I wouldn't suggest.
No, never. And speaking of Emma Stark, I know that's Jamie Bryant in the number 7 there, getting it into Caitlin Armstrong. Gee, she's got some wheels on her. But great tackle there by PINT, forcing the turnover.
And that was Jasmine Hewitt. If you're looking at PINT, then Jasmine Hewitt is probably the best for them today, but certainly she had some support, didn't she? I thought Ingram wasn't bad, and who else?
I had Jarla Hunt written down, Steph Lawrence, and I had Trail as well. Amy Chittick, when she's come into the game, you know, hasn't missed a beat. She's kicked 3 goals. But St Mary's mopping up there again. Gemma Iacono is going to cut that off, as she does.
Look at her, she just...
she doesn't stop.
She wants the ball more than anybody around her. She's making that clear. Blind turn there by Trail. Yeah, Trail, you mentioned her. Yeah, we were impressed with her. I thought her performance was good.
Well, Jeanette Grant getting the handball out there, though, to Emma Stark. She's going to take a bounce, tuck it under her wing. Bit of Jared Brennan style there.
She's had one. She's going to take
3. Oh.
Now then she uses the handball. She's gained about 50 metres.
Yeah, Billy Byers there with putting that kick out in front of Emily Forshaw, and Emma McNeil just running back to the goal square. But St Mary's have won, Charlie, and they've defeated ladder leader PINT.
What's that final score? 9 goals 4 to 5 goals 3. Does that surprise you?
That's it. 9-4-58 to PINT 5-3-33. The win was set up in the second quarter, Charlie, with St Mary's kicking 6 goals to nothing.
25 points the margin in the end. There's 9-4 to 5-3. A great win to St Mary's. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance. And PINT, they've got a few weeks now to sit back and have a think about how they're going to get their mojo back. But great to work with you, goal scorers.
It was an absolute privilege to sit in the commentary box with you today, Charlie. Goal scorers, Caitlin Armstrong with 3 for St Mary's, Emma Stark 2, Kiralee Parnell 2, Danielle Ponta and Jamie Bryant with singles, while for PINT, Amy Chittick with 3, Jasmine Hewitt with 2, and that was just an absolutely fantastic game. Played in the spirit of the game for no more round as well, Charlie, which is really important.
Lovely to work with you, Liz.
It was.
Hope you enjoyed our coverage. You'll get plenty good footy if you keep going and having a look for them, no doubt about that.
That's it. Stay tuned for the Women's Premier League game between the Tiwi Bombers taking on the Darwin Buffaloes up next, broadcast live to the NT News.